What's up guys, it's Nick again. Welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2006 Mercedes G55. Going back to our roots from our first video, we're going to do another cheapest G Wagon in America series. Hopefully we'll finish this one up. This is the cheapest AMG G Wagon that I found out there. It's 06 G55 with 122,000 miles and I only paid $23,000 for it. It's a great deal, and to walk around it, show you guys what we got here. Overall, it's obviously very dirty right now. We just got off the transport truck. I did ship it all the way from California, Forest Park. It has been super well maintained. The Carfax is full of records. A couple, one or two minor accidents reported, but those could be insurance claims, stuff like that. I don't really pay too much attention unless it's a moderate or anything past that. But yeah, as in in the front, as you can see, there is a little body kit here, kind of like a Brabus style. When I saw it in the pictures, I didn't like it, but now that I see it in person, I really like it. And at some point, I think all the G55s come with the bull bar and the metal bar at the bottom, and you can see they removed it because they plugged it here with these rubber grommets. And honestly, I like the look. I mean, it gives it just a Russian Mafia G-Wagon look. It's all blacked out. Condition-wise, it's there. It's a lot better than the first G-Wagon we did. As you can see on the paint, we do have a little bit of paint peeling. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the hood has been repainted at some point, and that's why it is peeling. Not a big deal. We'll get it painted and blend the paint into it to look great. And it'll clean up good as well. I mean, it's been on the transport truck for a week, so it's obviously very dirty. Not the factory wheels. They are 22s. They've got nice Goodyear tires. They look like they're in great shape. AMG hubcaps. I don't know if I'm really a fan, but listen, it looks good. It's all black. Compressor supercharged. This is a 5.4 liter supercharged V8. One of my favorite AMG engines. Are super reliable, very fun to drive. Just awesome all around. Exhaust out the side. All the G Wagons are like that. Your AMGs, you're gonna get the quad exhaust, 2 on each side with the AMG tips. I'm sure they'll clean up great. And yeah, walking around to the rear, you have my favorite, the taillight guards. They just look so good. And obviously this is a pre-facelift, so you have the pre-facelift taillights, which I'm actually a fan of. I think the older G-Wagons just have a better look to them. And then the rear spare tire carrier obviously is a little crooked. And if you get in close, you can tell that it's been painted. There's some orange peel in it. And just as well as this is supposed to be chrome and it's been blacked out. You can tell where it's chipped off. But listen, we're not looking for perfection, especially with the cheapest G-Wagon. Yeah, going around, we got our, this is your rear fog light here. And then on that side is just one reverse light. G-Wagons have always been like that. And I think now the new generation has come out, it is different. But yeah, all the old body styles are like that. It's a cool feature. Yeah, so walking around to this side, nothing really much to say. Obviously just super dirty. There's some fading going on the fender. I don't know if this will buff out or not, but easy to paint, just match it. And you can tell they had a PPF film here from rock chips. That'll have to come off. It just looks old and crappy. But yeah, overall, very clean. Obviously clean title. And yeah, let's move on to the interior. Only came with one key, unfortunately, but at least it has a key. And this one does have the Desenio package. If you look on the headrest, it will lightly have Desenio stamped in there. Pretty cool. Every G55 I've had has had that, so I don't know if that's just standard. The leather always holds up in these. It's in very good condition. Unfortunately, getting to the dashboard, I've never seen it before, but it is peeling. And if you step back a little bit, it's actually got like a blue color. So I'm not sure if the whole thing was just redone, why it was redone, or really what the story is. All the stitching looks correct. The white stitching as it goes with the seat, but this is not supposed to be blue, as far as I know. But yeah, so we'll just hopefully be able to take this piece off without removing the dashboard and get that restitched. But overall, it has a suede headliner, which is in great shape. And I really can't remember if the older 55s had an Alcantara headliner. I want to say yes, but I don't remember it going down to all these pillars, especially in the back. And yes, rear heated seats, which is a cool option. Yeah, I really just don't remember if it's factory or not. But it's in great shape. I mean, it's got a little sagging where they usually do, especially here in the back. Just here, it's got a little It's kind of threw out, huh? It's got a little sag to it. You really can't tell, but all these are also suede. I just can't remember if they come with that standard or not, but it looks great. And overall, I mean, for being the cheapest AMG G Wagon, it's in great shape. You know, CD changer here. Pretty much all of them have that. No third row. I know some of them had an option for rear-facing third row, missing this middle headrest. You know, listen, it's not going to be perfect, but unlike our other G Wagon, all the trim is here. This isn't missing. It doesn't look like a dog was chewed everything up. The door panels are intact. You know, that's a good start. And of course, the G Wagons have that awesome noise, awesome locking noise. Just take a listen. Just an awesome noise. But yeah, let's go ahead and fire it up while we're here. Starts right up, sounds great. It is bone dry underneath, a little bit of power steering linking, but honestly can't complain. No oil leaks, it's dry, rear main seal is dry, which is really surprising. Honestly, for what I paid, I was expecting a little bit more of something that was either a little more rough or mechanically and not in such good shape. But again, on Carfax, it's full of records, just all around looks like a good sample. You can show them on the dash. Service B is literally due now as we were driving over here. So whatever that entitles, we'll have to take care of. Oil change and all of that looks up to date. Nice wood wheel. And then some cosmetic stuff here, like the handbrake is, you know, it looks like it's missing a trim piece here. And yeah, I don't really know what's going on there, but it just kind of slides out all the time. These pieces are missing here, and of course this doesn't work. I don't remember the last time I've had a G Wagon, an older one, where any of this has worked. But yeah, all your main seat controls are here. The seat works there. Headrest goes up and down. Automatic lights, headlight washers, those work. We'll get a B-roll of that. This right here is broken. You know, just a couple of cosmetic issues, but yeah. All right, moving on to under the hood. We'll go ahead and shut this thing off. There she is. If you take a step back, you can tell the motor is sitting just a little crooked. Pretty much all of them always do that. I think the motor mount is collapsed on this side, so that'll have to be changed out. You know, and when you floor it, you can feel it, you know, get up and go. It's got this cover, which anytime I get an AMG that has a front cover on there, it's a great sign. Usually they're all missing. Yeah, we can pop it off here, take a better look. Sure, they have to remove that oil cap. We'll leave that alone so we don't lose it. But yeah, you can see here, handcrafted by whoever that is there. It's kind of hard for me to see with the reflection. Big old supercharger here, 2 belts. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say, surprisingly. The valve covers are dry, everything looks fresh, everything, as a Carfax one, everything is pretty much correct. And like I said, I'm very happy with that. Whoever had this really did care for it. And yeah, so we'll move on to a driving part, show y'all some more cosmetic stuff and things like that, break down the numbers. We're gonna do a little series. We're not gonna be keeping this one. We're gonna do more of a flip series on this. You know, what it costs to buy, auction fees, to get it here, transport, paint, detail, what we sell it for, and if it's worth it or not worth it. Then obviously being able to drive a G55 around is always fun. It's a pleasure. So yeah, move on to the next part. Alright guys, moving on to the interior. As you can see, no check engine lights, great start, 122, 661 on the miles. ABS light is on, not sure what the deal is with that. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. This trim here, as you can see, is broken. It's pretty common. My last G500 that we did a video on, all of these were broken. Obviously the dash has been peeled from the sun and just, yeah. And it's blue. Me and Caleb we're debating if it was factory or not, because these are also blue. But then this part in here is black. So not sure. I don't really think that's a Desenio option. I think it's supposed to be black. And then you can see this looks like these pieces have been painted. So yeah, not really sure what's going on there, but I mean, all in all, you know, it still looks good. But yeah, down here we're missing some climate control buttons. There's one here that's broken. Yeah, you can just kind of turn them with your finger, so we make it work. And then yeah, again, this boot here is just not booting anymore. And this right here, this tray is just not really functioning either. And they left us some money so we can get this thing fixed, which is very nice of them. Then here we're supposed to have another cup holder that is just MIA. We have our basketball hoop cup holder here, the classic one that folds away. You know, aftermarket radio. You know, it's a nice radio. Somebody spent some money. It's a Pioneer. And then I guess this is for your Apple CarPlay or just to play music through aux. But yeah, moving on. Glove box. Got this old crappy handle and just honestly feels like crap, but all the G Wagons are like that. Owner's manuals here. And then yeah, some more aux plugins. It looks like another remote in there. Looks like that dash light's in op. And then moving on in here, we've got our classic, this is not for sale yet, but it's already sold. Remote for the radio and little 12-volt cover for somewhere. And then I believe that this opens up all the way up, just like this. Keys for my truck in here, which is nice. And yeah, other than that, nice and empty. Nothing really to tell there. Ashtray here. It doesn't really function unless you pull it. But yeah, it's there. It's here. Heated seats. Rear wipers. Spray the rear wiper. Traction control. Maybe it's not functioning right now because that ABS. Door locks, which I'm sure y'all can hear. Blink button. Tow mode, I guess, and heated seats again. And then we've got our diff locks. All the G Wagons have that. That's what they're known for. Lights up here. Everything seems to work. Overall, for the money, very happy with it. So yeah, let's go ahead and take this for a spin. Put it in drive. We got the G55 shifter, high range, low range, all that stuff. I'm not going to get too much into detail because it's nothing really interesting. But yeah, just driving. Steering feels great. There's no whine. So I'm assuming that power steering leak is just the lines are a little wet. They may need replacing, or who knows. But all old Mercedes always have a power steering leak. Buckle up here for safety. Get right on this main road, so we're gonna get up to speed here. And as you can tell, it runs great. Shifts good, revs out strong. Feels like a great car. For being an auction purchase, I mean, this checks all the boxes. This is when you buy something and you luck out. This is good luck. Yeah, a little vibration in the steering, as you can see. Not sure if it's the tires or anything in the front end that needs replacing. To be honest, all G Wagons usually have a little shake to them. They are not the best riding cars. They were never meant to be the best riding cars, but I guess the newer ones I hear is a much better ride, but these older ones are just very utilitarian. So yeah, came with half a tank of gas. Can't complain about that. Windshield, I don't think is original. It may be a Mercedes replacement at the dealership, but it's not an original Mercedes. Somebody did put the sticker back. Those, you know, all the factory Mercedes windshields come with that sticker. And then here I've got a sticker for Mercedes-Benz of Beverly Hills VIP, which I'm sure isn't free to be a part of, so that's pretty cool. And that means whoever had this probably had some money, which is good. That means they took care of it, hopefully. And yeah, pretty much sums it up for the interior. You can hear this thing just roars, runs great, brakes are good. Yeah, mechanically just super solid. Obviously very funny to see paint peeling on your G Wagon. So yeah, we'll get that taken care of. Hopefully that doesn't cost too much. But yeah, everything else here looks pretty good. Let's try out the sunroof. Okay, that's okay. I think we should close that while we have the opportunity. And just this opens up a little bit, so I don't want any noise to be in there. And it no longer vents all the way. whatever the deal is with that. All right, we'll mess with that when we stop. We'll go ahead and take a look at the roof too, see what we got going on up there. But yeah, let's get a little 0 to 60 or 80. 3, 2, 1. Well, I think we are very quickly finding out this is the cheapest AMG G Wagon. You know, it's funny, the last thing in the Carfax was the pedal being replaced, and I had an issue with the pedal. It's so strange. Never really even heard of that issue, and now this is making noise. Buying cheap AMG G Wagon gone very wrong. But yeah, that's strange. Let's go ahead and stop here. Turn it off and turn it back on. Very strange. I have never had that happen before. How strange. I wonder if it has something to do with the ABS light? Very strange. I've never, in all my Mercedes experience, and I've had a lot of Mercedes, I've never felt that before. Very interesting. All right, we got a little break in traffic, so 0 to 60 again. Oh yeah, there we go. My goodness. What a freaking machine. And you can feel that motor mount. I wish you guys could feel that motor mount. It's just shot. Motors jumping out like this in there. But man, it is crazy how fast these were in 06. You know, obviously this engine was in the E55, the S55, some C55s had it too. Those are pretty rare, but yeah, just an awesome engine. They produce power very well, very fun to drive. You know, G-Wagon not so much fun to drive because you know, big box going down the road doesn't handle well at all. It feels like you're about to flip it. But yeah, I mean, still, AMG, you get that noise, listen to it. And as you can hear, this is why you, this is why you don't open sunroofs in old Mercedes, because that happens. But yeah, guys, very strange issue with the pedal. That's interesting. I guess that was the last record on the Carfax, was that the pedal was replaced. Matter of fact, while we were here recording, I think I still have the Carfax up. I sure do. 06, 04, 2024, accelerator pedal replaced, and then traded in. They replaced the pedal, and they're like, nope, this thing has got issues. And lo and behold, I really do think it's associated with that ABS sensor is just cutting power, not letting it go. And the ABS light is strange. I have driven the car already for a little bit. I would drive it for 20-30 miles and it wouldn't turn on, and then I would drive it for another 20-30 miles and it did turn on, but it drove fine. I didn't have this issue. And then every time you turn off the car and turn it back on, the ABS light goes off. So I'm not sure if the car's just reading the sensor late or what's going on there. But yeah, with the auction purchase, you just never know. There's always a reason why somebody trades in. It's never just an upgrade, especially when you got such a beautiful ride like this. But yeah, let's go over cost a little bit. I paid, and I will tell you guys exactly the numbers, $23,600 for this G-Wagon, plus an auction fee and transport. And I use an auction site where, you know, it's a dealer-only site, and the transport you can get through the auction, and they will add it into your total price. So total price was a little bit over $25,000 shipped from California, which isn't bad. That's basically a $1,200 quote on shipping, all the way from wherever Forest Park is in California to just right outside Atlanta, just on the north side of Atlanta. So yeah, very good price. And then we use a what's called a floor plan, and basically you don't come out of pocket for your vehicles, you just pay interest on them. on your dealer vehicles, and then every 60 days you pay towards the principal, or however you have it set up. They have multiple different plans. It depends on your credit, and I mean, that's just a whole nother video. We can do a whole separate video on how a floor plan works. It's very interesting. But yeah, all in all, by the time we sell this thing, our payoff on the floor plan will probably be about $25,500. I'm gonna guesstimate that the paint, and we do have to do this mirror as well. We'll get a shot of that later. This mirror is peeled. Obviously a good detail, but I think painting and a detail, I think, you know, no more than $1,000, so that's $26,500. The dashboard is going to be a interesting one. I don't know if this panel separately comes out. If it does, that will save a lot of money. If not, then the dashboard needs to be pulled. Obviously, that's going to cost quite a bit, and something that you may even consider not doing and just selling the car for a cheaper price, because yeah, it just gets very pricey. But if this piece comes out, I can probably get it redone for just a couple $100. We'll go ahead and do service B, look into the ABS light. I'm just going to budget the ABS light as being a sensor. Obviously, if we had anything more major or a failing module, we would have different signs of it. You know, now that the ESP functions as well now, because the ABS light is not on, so we know that works. So I don't think it's anything major. But all in all, I think in reconditioning, we'll spend about $2,000. So that puts us at $25,500 with the payoff, so $26,000, $27,000, $27,500 all in. Carfax says retail is about $36,000, which is pretty close to on the money. I would say that retail, this should be a $35,500 truck, but you know, for me, I sell my stuff cheaper. I like to move inventory, be able to buy more, and obviously be able to make more videos. We do have a lot of cool things coming in here soon, so yeah, we'll move this one pretty fast. We'll probably do a price of you know, $33,500. Take no less than $32,500, somewhere around there. And yeah, you know, try and make at least $5,000. And the reason being you can make so much, because usually on vehicles I only make 1,000 or 2 or even less than that, is by the time you buy it, get it shipped from California, do all these reconditioning items, you have to be able to make more money on these vehicles. It's not worth your time if you're going to spend, you know, have this on your floor plan for all of the 60 days, make curtailment, do this, do that, and then you make $1,000. At that point, you can just go to the local auction here in Atlanta, buy a car, and make $1,000 the same day. It doesn't make sense to do it on this. So obviously on these cars, you're going to have a bigger profit margin because you're spending more time, money. So yeah, hopefully we make around $5,000 on this. If personally I had space in my collection, I would absolutely keep this sample. It's awesome. I love the look of it. It just, you know, we used to watch a lot of, you know, my family's Russian, so we used to watch a lot of old Russian movies, and anytime the mafia or, you know, gang would pull up, cool guys, it would always be in a G Wagon. I had big wheels, it was all blacked out, you know, lights blacked out on the front, and this car really just gives me that vibe, and it's cool. It's you know, kind of nostalgic. But yeah, so hopefully we'll make a good bid on this. We'll do a part 2 series once we update paint, you know, get it painted, go over the ABS light, and at that point the car will probably be sold, and you know, dive into our numbers, see is it worth it or is it not worth it. And for those of you who are looking to get your dealer's license and open a dealership, is it worth it or is it not worth it? I'll tell you right now, it's not worth it. But if you're crazy like me and you love cars like me, you know, it may be worth it. So we're gonna do a little series on this and see what we can make on it. And obviously in the meantime, we're gonna enjoy this thing because it is just so fun to drive. So fun. Oh, and the motor mount as well. I guess I have to replace that. Again, you know, we'll just do a breakdown series on that. So yeah, we'll get you guys some more B-roll, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We got a really cool car coming in next week. I'm very excited about it. It's one that a lot of people don't like, and it's just very underhyped and it's very undervalued. I want to make a video on it and hopefully get the, you know, for that car that it is, to get the attention it deserves, because it's awesome. But again, don't want to spoil it yet. So yeah guys, we'll catch you on the next one, and thank you very much for watching. See ya.